So, good morning, Ali.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us at the Ingram micro stand here at GITEX. It's a pleasure having you.
Pleasure's mine.
Let's move ahead with quickly introducing. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Adam. It's great to be here. I'm Ali Shabdar, Regional Director for Middle East and Africa of Zoho Corporation.
Nice to meet you, Ali. Let me just quickly introduce myself. This is Hatem. I'm Hatem Ali. I've been with Ingram Micro for around 10 years. I currently manage vendor alliances and business across Middle East Africa for cloud. It's a pleasure having you today. So, we're really excited with this new Zoho partnership with Ingram Micro. And we've been hearing so much about it from all of our partners, all of our connections. I just, want to ask you or start with this question that please tell us more about the evolution of Zoho and how it has become a prominent software company globally today.
Sure. It is a very interesting story, in my opinion, at least. I know about Zoho for the past 14 years, but I'm with the company for around 6 years.
Yeah.
So I was a fan, I was a user, I was a consultant, and I could see the evolution, as you say, from the other side. So the story starts around 26 years ago with a bunch of engineers, ambitious, of course, Sridhar Vembu and his friends and his brothers.
Yes.
And they start building a plugin, a communication piece of software, which does not succeed in the beginning, as I heard. People don't want it in the beginning until they find out how useful it is. So that gives birth to Advantech, which later was renamed to Zoho in 2005.
Okay.
So today, under Zoho, we have a number of companies. We represent the SaaS business. You saw our booth there in Hall 7. And we have Manage Engine, our older sister.
Who doesn't know Manage Engine?
It's about IT infrastructure and much larger customers, of course. And we also have IoT company and enterprise automation company, Control, and a bunch of other ventures that the team has gone and picked up. So all of this started, it's very interesting. You look at 2005, those days where cloud was not a thing.
Yeah, it was still picking up. It was still resonating with people.
Absolutely. I remember in 2008, I personally, when I was discussing about cloud computing and SaaS, colleagues and peers would question it as like, what are you talking about? So you can see the vision developing from a few years before that becomes mainstream. And it started with 2 apps, Writer and CRM. And today we have more than 55 applications that together builds a platform. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, we're in Middle East. I just want to ask you, how do you see the market landscape of Middle East, and especially how you see Zoho across the Middle East?
The market of Middle East has been always interesting, I think, since the ancient times, I would say. And in the past decade, the focus on digitalization, digital transformation has been ramping up. So we see adoption, not only with Zoho, I think it's across the board, adoption of new technologies and new ideas that are exponentially growing. It's not linear at all.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of appetite, not only by the private sector, but also the public sector. I think this synergy between public and private sector helps flourish this industry even further.
Yeah. And I think probably that's the reason why it's one of the fastest growing regions.
Absolutely, it is. Within Zoho, the Middle East and Africa region has become the fastest growing region compared to other places. Yeah. So it is very young, flourishing and growing so fast, and the appetite of adoption of technology seems to be insatiable. Yeah.
Oh, indeed. Wonderful. And okay, so how do you see Zoho differentiate with other, competing software vendors, especially on the workplace or productivity side of things, which are available in the market today?
Sure. We do compete with a lot of apps and software and services due to the sheer number of apps that we have in our own
Your
platform.
portfolio, yeah.
So sometimes it becomes a double-edged sword. I remember a couple of years ago we were reviewing the competition to our marketing apps, which is a handful of apps, and the team came up with 800 tools that we just compete in different levels. In terms of productivity, which is one of the sweetest spots for us, and it gives me, it's a rewarding and humbling moment to think that today there are 3 major providers in the world of cloud-based and native office applications or productivity applications. It's Microsoft, Zoho, and Google. So to be in that position and also witnessing massive adoption, especially in the region, is a testament that we're doing something right. Yeah.
Especially competing with mammoths.
I mean, we love their software too. We grew up with using their platform. So these are the heavyweights. These are the big guys. We do compete, but we also partner up with these guys.
Exactly.
So I like the way we compete. Actually, it's a positive competition. We understand each other. We learn from each other. Of course, we fight in the market as well, but it is a good experience.
No, and I've personally used Zoho apps, and I love how compatible it is. It doesn't block you from using, other software.
Absolutely, it's a part of our philosophy. It is by design. We do not take users' data, documents, and privacy hostage. I believe you know that we are very adamant about these facts. I mean, you come to us; it's our pleasure to serve you. We take care of your data, your process, which belongs to you. No matter why you want to leave one day, we help you with your moving, if I may.
Yeah.
So that is essential across the applications, across the platform for us.
No, that's really remarkable. Thank you. So Ingram Micro and Zoho have signed up in the Middle East, and we've signed up. We're planning to do it in phases. Our phase 1 consists of Zoho Workplace and Begin.
Yeah.
I believe these are one of the fastest growing products in the Zoho portfolio, especially in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us more about them?
Sure. Workplace is our office. Productivity apps, we have the word processor and spreadsheet and presentation applications, along with a bunch of other apps, online drive. And as you mentioned, not only our apps are compatible, reading and writing other vendors' documents, but also we provide, in my opinion, and based on the testimonials of our customers, a lighter, easier to use and nimbler user experience. And we add the factor of more affordability, although that is kind of a byproduct of our philosophy. So we give users a set of applications that they can just pick up and use without any particular training or help needed. And it works out of the box in any device that can handle a browser. You can have a Mac Pro, or you can have a Chromebook, a very cost-effective Chromebook. You just need a browser, and it works really well. And it's AI enabled now, so we have AI functions there. It is doing really good in terms of growth and adoption. I mean, I'm a fan as a user. I used to use it for probably 10, 15 years. So I've witnessed the progression of all the applications there. In terms of Begin, and if you're familiar with Zoho, you might be like, who needs another CRM?
Exactly,
we have our Zoho CRM, which is enterprise grade. We have companies of micro SMEs of 5-6 employees to enterprises of 10, 20,000 employees who use Zoho CRM. And some of our customers actually surprised us with the level of customizations and extensions that they developed on top of CRM. We visit them and we see the great work they do. So we have CRM, multiple editions, but as you know, we have a sweet spot for the micro SMEs. No matter how much we grow, we really want to serve them. And the team decided that instead of stripping CRM of its features and giving a more affordable, easier to use software, we need to design something from ground up that is focused on how a micro SME or a solopreneur works. Because when you remove features from a big software,
Yes.
There is a point where it loses its function at some point. So you need to have a fresher look. That's why there was a new team built only dealing with Begin.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they used the wealth of experience we gained in the past 2 decades, but it was literally created from scratch.
That's remarkable.
It's focused on pipeline. You can have one or multiple pipelines, contacts focused, and it's easy to use for any sort of business, micro business. Within a few minutes, you can pick it up. You don't need customization.
Meant for SMBs.
Micro, yeah. So
Yeah.
you're talking about companies of maximum 10 people. Of course,
Yeah.
I know people who use it in larger setups, but again, and it's very easy to migrate to Zoho CRM.
Correct.
That's another very important point. It's already integratable with a lot of market-leading apps, be it marketing apps, finance apps,
PSA systems.
yes, and telephony and all of that. Also, there is a very clear and easy roadmap for you to grow from Begin to CRM, hopefully when the business grows.
Yeah.
And we saw a very impressive uptake. It's barely 2 years old, Begin. But entrepreneurs, startups, they were really happy to see there's something that is super easy to use, and they can focus on 2 core things: the contacts, that's your gold mine, and your pipeline, which is basically your bloodstream of your business. And it's been great. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I will just end it with you mentioned AI and it being a part of your applications. What can we expect from Zoho? What's the next big thing which you might be working on, and we're eager to hear that.
Sure. I'll be happy to share what I can share. But before that, allow me to stress upon a couple of facts. It goes back to our philosophy of business. Because, as I said, we're very adamant about 2 things: security and privacy of users' data. We know that we do not own that data. We don't mine it. We don't look at it. We just take care. We're the custodian of customers' data. Because we know that they are also liable to their own customers, our customers' basically. So with AI, especially in the past 1 year, 1.5 years, you see a lot of hype and excitement. And excitement is a dangerous space to play in. We are usually very conservative with how we look at the bleeding edge technologies. We experiment a lot and then we implement. So we have adopted a number of generative AI features across our apps. Today we have 13 apps that are working with generative AI.
Okay.
Workplace is one of them. So you can open Writer and get help in the creative process of your document or summarization of your document and a bunch of other features, and etc. with other apps. But we spent a lot of time to make sure that the privacy of data and safety of data is guaranteed. And we are working on our own engine to make sure that we are quite sensitive about owning the entire stack. First of all, again, privacy and security. Also, we're answerable only to ourselves. So that is in the works and it's going to be launched soon. But today, with some of the leading platforms, we have integrations that allows users with very clear definition of what are you sharing, what are you signing up for, like. And then they can employ those features. Our own AI engine, which is not generative yet, Zia, has been there for a few years now. I would say probably a bit less than 10 years. Zia has been available across the board, helps you with search, with chatbot features, with certain indications like keyword analysis, etc. And Zia is growing also much faster now. So we're trying to move everything to be under Zia. In terms of what's in the work, again, adding more apps,
Definitely,
I know.
over to Zoho.
There is a method behind this madness. You know, one of the key things we learned in the past 2 to 3 decades is that technology gets very messy. Adopting technology, it's exciting, you know, we make decisions, you buy it, you spend money, time, resources, and then after a year or 2 or 5 years as a business, you end up with multiple solutions from multiple vendors, patched to each other, and nobody, it takes a life of its own. Correct. Now you have to deal with this new monster. Correct. So Zoho's aim has been, can we build a platform, an ecosystem that is provided by one vendor, means that invoicing support, all your headaches are, you're dealing with one company. And also these apps are integrated and know each other out of the box. Correct. You don't have to use everything. You might use Writer, or you might use 20 apps. In average, by the way, we see that our customers are using around 21 apps from our platform. It was surprising to us as well. When we launched the platform, the whole ecosystem, we call it Zoho One. It was back in the day, 2017. I think it was around 40 apps, and the estimation was that people are gonna use 5 or 6 apps, which you know, it's logical. It has grown into 21 apps average That's customer. Amazing. So it shows that people did have those headaches of dealing with multiple vendors and this and that. So we're gonna double down on that strategy of building more apps and, you know, filling all those tiny gaps in between. Like today we have probably 4 or 5 apps only for HR. There are a lot of overlaps and similarities, but you might use something that somebody else might not. Correct. And that's one aspect of the growth. Bringing AI, practical AI. We are very careful not to get caught up in this whole hype of it. Make sure what part of the AI is safe and practical for our customers to use. And absolutely. And also growth in terms of transnational localism, what we call, is to localize the experience for our customers, which starts from setting up a team in their country, opening an office there with training space, bringing our user conferences there. The team speaks the language of the local. So they understand the local requirements. And the market. We collect also a lot of data. We understand these markets much better than we used to. Yes, it's a digital space. It's a software company. Everything is on the website, but still, we are dealing with humans. Our customers and their employees are people. So that people connection also for us is quite important.
No, thank you for sharing. That's remarkable.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Ali. And you know, we're looking forward to many fruitful milestones with this partnership. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.